Hello FPL managers, today we talk about the knee-jerk reaction for game week 9. In today's video, we look over the most transferred in and transferred out players so far this game week and make a recommendation to you guys as to whether or not you should go with the crowd and bring these players into your teams or release them from your squads. If you guys want to get the extra edge this FPL season, then click the top link in the description to get yourself 65% off Fantasy Football Fix Premium and also get yourselves our free strategy guide. So just before we get into the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to show support for the channel, and also click that notification bell so you guys don't miss any future uploads. And with that being said, let's get into the video. Starting off with the top transfers in this game week, beginning with Jamie Vardy. Vardy made it 4 consecutive returns as he picked up his 7th goal of the season against Manchester United, recording 8 points. This has meant that he has recorded a total of 56 FPL points so far this season, which does make him one of the highest scoring forwards and looks to be a very decent premium option. So far this year he has only blanked twice, recording 7 goals and 1 assist, and he has been very impressive recently, getting himself over 35 points in his last 4 games. Vardy had some decent underlying numbers for his match against Manchester United with an XG of 0.22 and an XA of 0.11, recording 3 shots, 2 of which were on target, and he also had 2 attempted assists. So with an overall ICT next rank of 2 for forwards, I definitely think he is a good transfer in, as he has proved to be in very good form this year. Moving on, Ben Chilwell is the second most transferred in player after he got himself a very big haul of 15 points in game week 8. In his last 2 starts for Chelsea this year, he has recorded 8 points and 15 points respectively, as he has already got himself 2 goals and 1 clean sheet over this period. I definitely think if he can keep getting starting minutes at £5.6 million, he looks to be very good value in that Chelsea defence, especially considering their good upcoming fixtures. Speaking of, he faces Norwich, Newcastle and Burnley as his next 3, which all 3 fixtures offer great attacking potential for Chilwell if he can get forward, and also provide good clean sheet potential as well. So with a 4.9% ownership, if he can keep getting starting minutes, then he is definitely a good pick. Mo Salah is the third most transferred in player this week as he got himself 13 points in game week 8, picking up a goal and an assist against Watford. This has meant that he's only blanked once so far this season and has been incredibly impressive, getting himself 7 goals and 5 assists so far. This was his 5th double-digit return of the season as he has been in great form recently, and that is why he does have a number 1 overall ICT index rank. The top scoring player in FPL has recorded himself 83 points so far and did produce fairly decent underlying numbers for his match against Watford. Salah had an XG of 0.36 and an XA of 0.28 for that game, recording 5 shots, 3 of which are on target, and also attempted 2 assists. So I definitely think if you don't own Salah currently, you should definitely be getting him into your teams as he is such a consistent performer and is always a great captaincy shout every single week. Now looking over to the most transferred players so far this week, beginning with Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo blanked for a 3rd consecutive week, only recording 2 points against Leicester City away. Consequently, his price has dropped further to £12.5 million, and it could be expected to drop further in the coming days as well. He didn't have the best underlying stats in game week 8 with an XG of just 0.22 and an XA of 0.06, as he only had 3 shots, of 1 of which was on target, and only attempted 1 assist. So if you are paying £12.5 million for a premium forward, you do want to be getting more consistent points than this, and with the likes of Vardy and Lukaku looking to be good options at the moment, I do think Ronaldo is a good transfer out. United have some very difficult fixtures coming up, but they face Liverpool, Tottenham and Manchester City as their next 3, followed by Chelsea away in game week 13 as well. I definitely think it is a good time to move on those Manchester United assets. The second most transferred player is the Chelsea defender in Marcos Alonso, as he didn't get a start for his 2nd consecutive game. Despite already producing 39 points in his first 6 matches this season, he hasn't managed any points in his last 2 matches and hasn't been able to take to the pitch. He has been looking very decent when he's played so far, getting himself 1 goal, 1 assist and 4 clean sheets to his name, and he also has some decent upcoming fixtures as well, for he faces Norwich, Newcastle and Burnley. The main question is who's going to get minutes compared to him and Chilwell in that left back position, and I definitely think he could be a good transfer out as it is very hard to predict who's going to be starting in that spot, and with the likes of Azpilicueta looking fairly nailed in that Chelsea defence, and maybe Rudiger if he can come back into the squad in time could be better choices. Speaking of, Antonio Rudiger is actually the 3rd most transferred player, as he did pick up a back injury in the international break, which has left him with an unknown return date. Consequently, over 60,000 managers have already moved him on, despite him returning 36 points so far. This has come about as he picked himself up a goal and 4 clean sheets so far this season, and has looked to be the most nailed Chelsea defender so far this season, only missing 1 match so far. He also has just a 14.9% ownership, as it has dropped quite a lot recently. I would just be looking to hold on to him for now to see the severity of his injury before you start start moving him on, because if he is good to go for game week 9, then he is definitely going to be a good pick. In their game week 9 fixture, Chelsea do face Norwich at home, which is looking fairly likely for a clean sheet, so I definitely think until we get further injury news about Antonio Rudiger, it could be worthwhile just holding on to him in the squad. So now moving on to the Game Week 9 transfer watch list. These are 8 players that we have identified as potential transfer targets based on decent current form or nice upcoming fixtures. The first player on the list is Raul Jimenez, who despite not getting a start in Game Week 8, still looks to be a good option for Game Week 9 and beyond, as Wolves still have some nice upcoming matches. Leeds, Everton and Crystal Palace as Wolves' next 3 look like some decent fixtures for Jimenez to continue his scoring run, as he has recorded 19 points in his last 3 games. This has come about as he has got himself 1 goal and 2 assists and has been looking fairly threatening from open play for Wolves, so definitely with Leeds, Everton and Palace as their next 3, it does provide him a good chance to continue this form. Another one is Antonio Rudiger, who despite picking up an injury could definitely be a good choice if he can return in time for Game Week 9, as at just £5.8 million looks to be a fairly nailed option in that Chelsea defence, which is looking to be coming at a premium. Obviously with many other Chelsea defenders being rotated, it is obvious to go for a nice solid option that is going to play every single week, and with Norwich, Newcastle and Burnley as Chelsea's next 3, it could be a good time to look at him. Jamie Vardy at £10.5 million looks to be the best premium forward in the game at the moment, as he has got himself a very impressive 7 goals and 1 assist so far, and is in much better form than the likes of Ronaldo or Lukaku. Vardy also has some nice upcoming fixtures, as up until Game Week 17, Leicester only have 1 match with an FPL rating of over 3, so with this nice long-term fixture run, it does provide Vardy with a good chance to increase his points tally. Andros Townsend for Everton at just £5.6 million could also be a nice mid-price midfielder, as Everton have some nice upcoming matches as well. In Game Week 9, they face Watford at home, which is looking like a very promising fixture, especially since they conceded 5 goals in Game Week 8. This is then followed by Wolves and Spurs at home in Game Weeks 10 and 11, and Andros Townsend will be very impressive so far, as he has recorded 3 goals and 2 assists, and will definitely be looking to build on these figures. He has already recorded 3 double-digit hauls this season, so he is definitely good value for his price. Looking towards the Chelsea assets now, Timo Werner looks to be a nice forward pick at £8.6 million, as despite not recording the most points so far this year, he still is looking fairly threatening. In just 4 starts this season, Werner has recorded 1 assist and 1 goal, and has been looking very threatening from open play, but it is always a question of whether he can take his chances. You just think with this great fixture run for Chelsea, and Lukaku being unable to fire recently, it could be a good time to go for the cheaper Timo Werner as a differential alternative. He definitely is a big punt, and you could just go safe and go for Lukaku instead, but if you are looking for a differential shout, Timo Werner could definitely provide some decent points. He was also unlucky in Game Week 8 as his assist to Lukaku was ruled out for offside, further highlighting his decent attacking potential. Speaking of Lukaku, he is also on the watch list as well, due to scoring an offside goal in Game Week 8 and also having some decent upcoming fixtures, as he could definitely be a nice alternative to the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo, who is looking out of form. Norwich, Newcastle and Burnley are some very nice opponents, and he has already recorded 3 goals this season, despite blanking in his last 4 games. Ben White continues to be good value at just £4.4 million, as he has returned 22 points so far this season in just 5 starts. In 5 starts for the Gunners, he has recorded 3 clean sheets so far, and with Arsenal's nice upcoming fixtures of Aston Villa, Leicester and Watford as their next 3, you definitely would expect him to extend this run. He is also fairly good for bonus points, as in 3 out of Arsenal's clean sheet performances, he has got himself 2 bonus points over this time, so at just £4.4 million he is very good value. And to cap it off, Cancelo is nice at £6.3 million due to Man City's nice upcoming fixtures, and Cancelo is a very good attacking threat. If you don't currently have him in the team, he is definitely going to be a good FPL asset, as he has already recorded 50 points so far, and could have built on his 6 points in Game Week 8 as he had a big chance which he volleyed at the keeper. So that's all I've got for today for the knee-jerk reaction of Game Week 9. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like and subscribe to show support for the channel, as we're trying to hit 7k subs by Game Week 10, and also click that notification bell so you guys don't miss any future uploads, and leave a comment what you guys thought of this video and what are your transfer plans for the upcoming game week. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one.